Hello and welcome to Shivam Productions. My name is Shivam and this is our very first video. And what better way to start off this channel with a review for one of the worst films of 2018. When the film was first announced, I wasn't very excited about it. I thought a Venom film that didn't have Spider-Man and wasn't connected to the MCU was a terrible idea, and sadly I was correct. This film is a dumpster fire. Here's why. The film has a really poorly written script. The dialogue is just so terrible, and the way it's written, it feels like it was taken from a rejected superhero film and a 2004 rom-com and just sort of meshed together. The poor script also means that the supporting characters in the film are terrible. For example, the villain Carlton Drake is one of the worst comic book movie villains I've seen in a while, and that's including Steppenwolf from last year's mess of a film, Justice League. Carlton Drake is like a blend of every evil movie villain CEO character, and then Elon Musk sort of sprinkled in as well. And because Drake is so badly written, the performance given by Riz Ahmed, who's actually a great actor, is really bland and unmemorable. And sadly, the same thing goes for Eddie's love interest, Anne Weying, played by Oscar nominee and, in my opinion, one of the best actresses working right now, Michelle Williams. Anne Weying is like just a really bland film love interest that doesn't really have an arc, doesn't really have anything interesting about her. It's just there as a love interest and a damsel in distress sometimes. And this means that Michelle Williams is really wasted in this film. In addition to the bad supporting characters, the film's humour doesn't feel very organic, and frankly feels very forced, and to be honest, damages the film tonally. Things such as the turd in the wind joke, which was was really famously bashed on Twitter and YouTube and everywhere. There are so much more jokes like this in the film, and it's just painful, to be honest. Doesn't feel organic, and it's just terrible. And all of this does damage the film tonally, but we'll get to that in a minute. The only character in my opinion that's actually slightly well written is Eddie Brock, but that's about it. And also, the writers introduced Venom almost halfway into the film, which means that the first half of the film is just really boring, and to be honest, it's hard to get through. The film is edited really badly. The first half of the film manages to do the impossible from an editing standpoint. It manages to feel really slow, but really rushed at the same time. And in addition to this, the fight scenes are cut terribly. They either go on for what feels like forever, or they end in like a minute. Furthermore, the overabundance of quick cuts used to maintain the film's PG-13 rating makes every action sequence feel really jarring and disjointed, and you can't really piece together what's happening. The same thing goes for the final battle, which I think is the main offender of this. And you might not know this, but 40 minutes of the film was cut. And this actually, in my opinion, leads the film to be very tonally inconsistent. For example, the film's tone will just constantly jump around. At points, you feel like you're watching a gritty and dark action film. However, 2 minutes later, it becomes this weird 2004 rom-com, and then immediately after, it becomes this weird buddy cop film. And apparently this 40-minute style cut was just mainly Eddie and Venom bonding, and these scenes were filled with like layered character development and actual, dark comedy. And I feel like this maybe could have helped even out the film tonally. I'm not fully sure. However, it could have helped, but even if that was added in, the film would still be a terrible film. Visually, the film is really uninspired. It's just a big grey mess. There is literally nothing good about the film from a visual standpoint. Everything looks and feels murky, and the color grading feels lazy and sloppy. Tons of greys and blacks and just boring colors, and nothing that really pops on the screen. So, you just feel disinterested when you're looking at it. And plus, the CGI keeps changing quality. You get scenes with great Venom CGI, and then you get terrible Venom CGI, and then the final battle you have just, Steppenwolf bad CGI. And, this really gives you an unpleasant viewing experience, in my opinion. Now, I know I've been trashing this film for a while, so there are a couple of things I did enjoy. There were a couple of jokes that I found slightly funny, and the SWAT team fight scene was pretty interesting. Furthermore, the dynamic between Eddie Brock and Venom was quite interesting, and I feel like, it sort of hints towards, there could have been a better film. And the last 5-6 minutes of Eddie and Venom were pretty good in my opinion. And like I said, it makes you think, there could have been a much better film. So in conclusion, honestly, I'm going to give Venom, out of 5 stars, a 1 star out of 5. And that means it's terrible. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you like it. Please subscribe. I'd like to thank DDH Animations for the little animated version of me you can see on the side of the screen here and there. And also, if you're watching this and Venom is still in the cinemas, don't waste your money on Venom. Watch a better film instead of Venom. If you want to watch a film similar to Venom, but that's actually a good film, I highly recommend Upgrade. That's all for today. People. Thank you. Bye. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below.